Ah, Guitar Hero, a game that you probably played at least once in your friend's basement if you were a kid during the 2000s or early 2010s. It's also the game that many people like to hate on. This commonly stems from the belief that people in the scene are engaging in a quote-unquote useless activity since it's just a game where you can't actually write your own music or form real-life bands. This guy here on YouTube, I'll link him below, showed hate comments directed toward him that convey how quote-unquote useless Guitar Hero is. One of the comments says that the game won't allow you to become some kind of an artist. My name is Kevin Chen. I'm a guitarist and former hater of the Guitar Hero scene myself, and I'm going to take you through a brief history of the scene and also tell you why the negative attitude toward the scene should be reconsidered because these people are not engaging in a useless activity, contrary to what many may believe. So what exactly is Guitar Hero? Well, it's a music game that predominantly makes use of a plastic controller in the shape of an electric guitar. Compared to the guitar, however, the controller has buttons instead of real frets to press down and a strummer instead of strings to strum. After one chooses a song to play within the game, one can strum and press down buttons on the controller corresponding to certain notes displayed on the screen. The difficulty of the song depends on the song chosen and the difficulty setting selected. So what led to the release of this popular game? Well, Guitar Hero was inspired by Konami's popular Japanese game called Guitar Freaks, which was only available in Japanese arcades. So, according to a November 8, 2020 article from Ultimate Classic Rock, the developers thought that, quote, a similar title could appeal to American audiences, end quote. Thus, Harmonix Music Systems was hard at work developing a similar game. In 2005, the first Guitar Hero game was finally released, and it was a hit. According to video game expert Zach Millsap from Comic Book Resources, the game was a, quote, global phenomenon that sold over 1.5 million copies, end quote. This popularity led to the formation of a large worldwide scene. So why did it become so popular? Well, the developers were able to capitalize on the maturing digital age in the early 2000s by gamifying guitar playing. As a result, Guitar Hero was a fun and easily accessible way for many people to quote-unquote play guitar-related music in their own bedroom by simply using one's video game console. Like Black Shell Media says, the gamification of playing the guitar created a game that was, quote, for everyone, end quote, and had, quote, intuitive controls, end quote. Compare this game to the actual guitar, which requires much more time and effort and may not be as intuitive. The scene matured as players started to create forums like Score Hero to show off their high scores or to talk about Guitar Hero techniques. They even created YouTube videos to show themselves achieving these high scores in the game, which I will talk about more later. This is not surprising since the primary interest of individuals in the scene is to master playing difficult songs within the game. These songs are difficult because they rely on the player being able to play notes fast and accurately using techniques such as hammer-on and pull-offs, which means the player strums the first note and then frets the rest of the notes without strumming, tapping, where the player uses his strumming hand to play notes in addition to the fretting hand, and other advanced techniques such as alternate strumming, where you use the fretting hand to alternate between up and down strums. One of the most iconic and difficult songs to play in the Guitar Hero franchise is Dragon Force's Through the Fire and Flames. Playing this song in Guitar Hero, according to WikiHero, involves, quote, intensive strumming and fretwork, end quote, along with uber-fast hammer-on and pull-offs. Jordan by Buckethead is also another iconic and difficult song to play within the franchise. The solos in the song were nicknamed the Sea of Skittles because they required the player to play a large quantity of notes in quick succession. One thing to note is that, if you haven't already noticed, many of the difficult songs to play in Guitar Hero are also difficult and highly technical songs to play on the real guitar, as they involve fast tremolo picking, crazy legato, fast sweeping, and extremely fast riffage. In essence, Guitar Hero sought to mimic this difficulty in their more difficult songs. As highly skilled individuals started to establish high scores or become the first to full combo these difficult songs, prominent figures started to emerge in the scene. Full combo essentially means to play every note of a song perfectly. These so-called legends were important to the scene because they attended numerous international competitions, posted videos of their accomplishments, and provided resources for other players to improve their game. By examining Score Hero's Guitar Hero accomplishment timeline and engaging with Guitar Hero players on Reddit, I was able to track the emergence of these prominent figures. One prominent figure was JLC, who was one of the first Guitar Hero YouTubers. His first video was uploaded in 2007 and showed him scoring 100% on the song Who's in My Room Last Night. Subsequent videos of his mainly focused on gameplay, but also included videos showing his fingering techniques. I Am Chris for Life is also considered a legend within the scene, as he was the first person to full combo Through the Fire and Flames. Like JLC, he posted videos showing gameplay footage or his playing technique. In 2008, you also have the emergence of Guitar Hero Phenom, who posted footage of him and his brother competing in tournaments, such as Texas Rock Fest 2008. His brother won the competition, by the way. Tournaments like these were important sites of gathering for highly skilled players in the scene to see who could play songs more accurately. You even have large international gaming competitions like the World Cyber Games of 2008 that allow players from many countries to compete with each other. Throughout the years, however, the Guitar Hero scene started to diminish as the game declined in popularity. As more and more Guitar Hero sequels were released, oversaturation occurred. According to gaming expert Austin Breakwell, quote, between 2007 and 2008 alone, 8 Guitar Hero games were released across multiple platforms, each more rushed and less successful than their predecessors, end quote. Guitar Hero consequently was not doing as well financially as it was before, and popularity in the game also decreased. In 2011, the developers even stopped the Guitar Hero franchise altogether, only returning in 2015 with the release of Guitar Hero Live, which was also a failure. While Guitar Hero may not be as popular as it was before, there are still some players engaged in the scene, although the primary mode of engagement for those interested now is through streaming sites, which reflects the massive rise in interest in streaming in the past years. These players have mostly transitioned to Clone Hero, a free, more accessible, more convenient, and more customizable way to play Guitar Hero. So why does the scene matter? Well, because the people in the scene are engaging in an activity that has far-reaching impacts ranging from music education to medicine, contrary to the aforementioned belief that Guitar Hero players are just playing a useless game. One recent study conducted by music education expert Kevin Keeler at the University of Central Arkansas found that music games, such as Guitar Hero, could foster growth in rhythmic performance. By giving participants in the study Floor's rhythm performance test revised before and after playing Guitar Hero, which measured one's ability to synchronize beats with a song and imitate a rhythmic pattern, Keeler was able to track rhythmic ability before and after treatment. He found that, in terms of their scores, quote, both groups saw improvement from pre-test to post-test, end quote, suggesting that music games like Guitar Hero could play a potential role in music education, especially when it comes to rhythm. Guitar Hero also has important impacts on the music industry and engagement in music. Perry Cavender from Marshall University outlined this impact in his essay, Guitar Hero and the Music Industry. Because Guitar Hero was so popular, the game, quote, introduced new and old artists and bands, end quote, to many young people and, quote, boosted music sales, end quote. For example, sales of Weezer's song My Name is Jonas increased tenfold after being featured. Furthermore, a survey conducted by Youth Music, a charity in the UK, in 2008 found that out of 12 million kids in the UK, 2.5 million were inspired by music games like Guitar Hero to learn how to play a real instrument. This means that Guitar Hero can also foster engagement in real musical instruments. Besides music, Guitar Hero also has potential medical impacts. A research article published in 2012 by engineering and rehab researchers detailed the development and use of FINGER, which stands for Finger Individuating Grasp Exercise Robot. This device can, quote, assist subjects in moving individual fingers in a naturalistic grasping pattern, end quote. By allowing patients to use this device while playing Guitar Hero, they could possibly provide a way to, quote, promote functional recovery after stroke, end quote, of the hand and fingers. So sure, playing Guitar Hero alone won't make you some kind of an artist or allow you to write the next hit rock or metal song, but in light of the aforementioned findings, the activity is far from worthless. The Guitar Hero scene does not deserve all the hate it gets because people in the scene are playing a game that has real positive effects on musical engagement, education, and possibly even on medicine. My examination of Guitar Hero's effects here suggests that we should examine other seemingly useless video games that rely on gamification of real things, especially since it's obvious with our increasingly digital world that these kinds of games won't be leaving anytime soon. After all, we might find that we may have to change our attitude toward those games and their associated scenes, because they too may have positive, far-reaching impacts, just like we have seen with Guitar Hero.